Hail, and welcome to another episode of Pagan Path with Smark. In our Norse series, we've spoken of On, the breath of life, and Huga, the mind and will. Now we turn to Hamr, the form, the shape, and the body that carries us through the world. Now the word Hamr literally means skin or shape. In Old Norse, it describes both our physical body and our outward presence, how we appear to others. In the sagas, we sometimes hear of Hamfarir, shape journeys. Some were said to change Hamr, sending their spirit out into another form, often as an animal. These tales might sound magical, but at their root is the powerful idea that the soul is not limited to the physical body, and the form we present to the world matters. Now, even for those who never shapeshift, Hamr matters deeply. The body is the vessel of spirit. It's how we act. It's how we stand, how we present ourselves, how we are seen by the gods, our ancestors, and our community. Now, a weak or neglected Hamr dishonors the gifts of the gods. A strong and cared for Hamr honors them. Hamr also links us to our identity. The way we dress, the symbols we wear, the posture we hold, and the way we move all speak to who we are. For example, I often will be seen wearing symbols of my faith, whether it be my arm ring, my Mjolnir, the jewelry I made myself with infused bind runes. It's just how I present myself, and everyone has that thing, that the way they present themselves, whether it's through the color of your hair. A lot of women will do their nails. These are all things they do to strengthen their Hamr. Now, in the past, warriors would paint shields and wore runes, farmers wore amulets, and leaders wore cloaks that signaled rank. Today, our Hamr still tells the world who we are before we ever speak. It is our identifiers. You might say, hey, look at that gentleman over there with the spiky hairdo. That's his Hamr. That's how we identify him, right? Now, our Hamr is the vessel of the soul, but it's our living expression. Caring for it and shaping it with the intention is a very powerful practice. So a few ways we can do that, starting with number 1, caring for the vessel. Nourish your body with food, rest, and movement. The gods gave us this form to keep it strong and healthy, and it's our way of honoring them to do so. Even small acts like drinking water before a ritual, taking time to recover when you're exhausted, walking in nature to acknowledge your Hamr as sacred. These are all things we can do, and I know I speak for myself, but probably many others when I say that this is something I can do a lot more than I actually have been. Those who know me well know that recently, due to some health scares, a big focus for mine has become caring for my vessel. I'm going down the path of healing, and that's a good thing. That's something. It's never too late for us to do that. So don't think that you've let it go too long. There's always a chance to turn it around. Number 2, we will look at ritual presence. In ritual, the Hamr is adorned. You might wear jewelry or rune-inscribed clothing, or even simple, clean garments reserved only for sacred use. This act says, I am stepping into the sacred with intention. Our ancestors might have washed hands before sacrifice or worn their best when meeting kings. We can echo that when we meet the divine. For myself, I tend to wear this amulet anytime I do ritual. It's one I made myself, carved from roe deer antler tips. I also have a tendency to make sure my altar space has been wiped and cleansed. And these are all different things we can do to help strengthen our purpose before we enter ritual. Number 3, everyday bearing. The Hamr also shows how we move through the world. To stand tall, look others in the eye, and act with dignity shapes how your spirit is perceived. And it's not about pride, although that is important. It's about respect for the soul within and the gods who breathe life into it. Remember that Hamr, or La, was a gift from the god Ve, one of Odin's brothers. And that is the gift that he gave to Ask and Embla to create humanity. So it's only right that we honor that gift by making sure that we stand strong and stand tall. Number 4, symbolic expression. Now you can let your Hamr speak through what you wear, whether it be Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, a rune carved on a ring, a tattoo, or something sacred. These are ways for carrying your identity outward so your body and your path are aligned. Now, They don't have to be visual to everyone, so long as you know you have it there. Now for me, I notice a real difference when I prepare my Hamr before ritual. If I come distracted and careless, the space feels hollow, it feels like there's no intent. But when I pause, wash my hands, straighten my clothes, donate my pendant that I've discussed already, I feel present and respectful, and then my Hamr speaks before I even utter a word. It's like offering the gods my full presence first before any prayer or gift. Now, I'm going to ask you all, as I do every time we do one of these videos, how do you honor your Hamr? Is it through health and strength, through ritual clothing or sacred symbols, or through the way you carry yourself daily? I'm going to invite you all to share your reflections below. There's wisdom in seeing how each of us live our lives as part of the soul, and I know from myself I tend to see different things each of you are doing, and I like to take some of that upon myself and weave it into my own practices. So please don't hesitate to do the same. Thank you for joining me on the Pagan Path with Smark. Next time we'll be exploring Filja, the spirit that follows and guides us. Until then, hail the gods, hail the ancestors, and hail the path. Thank you.